Hey, Mudflap's back with another video, and this time to discuss the next stages of Wrath Classic. What is going on in Ulduar? What's the future for Ulduar? The future for Trial of the Grand Crusader, ICC, and your favorite raid, Halyon. So, as Ulduar continues to move along, lots of guilds are progressing through the hard modes. About 31%, according to Warcraft logs, are clearing all the hard modes. That's not including Algalon and Yogg 0. 20% are doing Algalon, and 9% are killing Yogg 0. So that brings us to the topic of nerfs. There have been the leaks of the nerfs. They seem pretty crazy, but possible. So the questions are nerfs coming? And if so, when? Well, if you look at cutting edge or ahead of the curve achievements, defeat every hard mode boss in Ulduar 10 or 25 player pre-nerf difficulty before the release of the next raid tier. Friends, I have to say that this isn't worded this way for the sake of nothing. Nerfs will come, and when they will come, I don't know exactly, but it sounds like from that before the next tier, and they're coming. So, of course, they've stated that Ulduar will still be part of the farm when TOC comes out, and that's good because it was going to be anyways. People are going to have to go back for Valeniers, but then the rest of your raid wasn't going to need anything. So these eye level buffs are really great for that, and it's really great too because Trial is a 30-minute raid. I'm not exaggerating. When it's on farm, you're going to be in there for a half hour, and you're going to wonder what are you going to do with the rest of your night. So, don't get me wrong, fun raid, but very short. So, for those wondering what changes they might do to Trial, well, they wouldn't have buffed the Ulduar gear just to buff the Trial gear and make Ulduar something you didn't go back for except for Valenier again, right? So what do they do with that? Well, I assume they're going to leave it alone. And, is that going to make it easier? Well, yeah, it's going to be a lot easier than it was. That's fine. We're going to have all these Valeniers. We're going to have all these things that are going to make it much easier than Ulduar Prog. That's fine. Ulduar and ICC are the beloved raids of the expansion. You don't want to make the ones that people don't care about extra hard. That's how you lose everybody. So I am predicting that there will not be crazy buffs to TOC. We'll see. We'll see. I think they can get away with it with Ulduar and ICC because they're so beloved. But the secret is that while so many WoW Classic raiders claim that they want difficulty, when it comes, many of them quit. As soon as the difficulty comes, they're like, not worth my time. Why can't I just one-shot it? Kind of a tough position for everyone, right? So I think they'll leave it alone. But the big problem is, what are they going to do with the PvP season? Now, there's another PvP season that will come, and you can't just leave the eye level of that alone, because then you could just come in with Bisc gear from the prior phase that has been already buffed, right? So what are they going to do with that? Are they going to buff the PvP gear only? Now, the regular gear, the armor, that's going to be fine. Even if it has a higher eye level than TOC, that's fine because Resil is such a wasted stat, it won't be worthwhile. However, the weapons, we could run into a scenario where PvP weapons are the best weapons, except for healers with Valenier and whatnot, right? Really, really interesting. Any comments or ideas about what they might do with that? I'm super interested. I have no idea what they'll do with that. Now, as for ICC, I feel like they're going to do something like they did with Ulduar. They're going to give it some crazy pre-nerf stuff, make it super epic to end everything, and the buff will come from the buff that was organically there back in the day. 5% stacking buff. I don't think they'll touch the gear in ICC, but sky's the limit. I don't know if there are any ideas they have for it, but I think they'll leave that alone. Now, the other thing people have been asking me about is the races, the race for world first, the race for realm first, for all these things. these raids, you had to clear normal first before you could do heroic. What are they going to do with that? Well, they're going to take it away. There's no way they leave that in. That's an antiquated system for when even normal mode provided a challenge for 99% of people. Nowadays, not a normal mode is very achievable for the majority of the player base, and then the hard modes are the ones that are hard. So I don't think they'll take the wind out of the sails of the hype of the game in the biggest hype parts of the release by leaving that system, and they will simply disable it. Just like they did for Sunwell when Sunwell was going to come out in fragments. They said, no, that doesn't make any sense. All the hype would be dead. And they just released it all at once. Same thing for these. You will not have to clear normal before heroic. I promise. There's no way, right? So that should be with that. And then the final thing, Halyon. What are they going to do with this weird thing? And some of you are like, I don't care. It's whatever. I'm just quitting if Halyon's the last tier. Well, then I think Blizzard knows that this is a possibility for people, that as soon as ICC is draining on, and if there's something to look forward to, Halyon isn't it. It would be Cataclassic or something. So there is an idea I saw somewhere else where they have Halyon moved to be combined with the Onyxia middle of TOC patch. Just tune it to be closer to that level, some sort of catch up, put all the eye level of the gear close between like Onyxia and TOC, and just have catch up gear, an alt thing that is relevant. That's a really good idea. Like, it makes Halyon relevant. It will not be relevant if it comes out after ICC. No one will go. It will just be dead content. So that's a really interesting idea. I'd like to see what you guys think. Comments, ideas for any of this stuff. We're all speculating at this moment. I think big news should come within this or next week. We'll see. And with that, please like, subscribe, and helps me get more content to you guys, more info to you guys. And I'll see you on the next one.